What's up, YouTube? So today's topic, man, I'm gonna talk about how I view a college that's in New York. It's called BMCC CUNY College. It's a community college. Now, long story short, the reason I live in Kansas, right? But the reason why I wanted to go to school in there for college is because me as a veteran, if I use my GI Bill, which is a college education benefit, you get 3 years maximum. So that's 36 months of schooling that you can use, that you get paid depending on where you live at. Basically, other states gives you more money compared to other states depending on where you live, depending on where your address is at, right? So for example, let's say if I live in Kansas right now, my GI, if I go to school, but you have to be full-time. If you do part-time classes or all of them are online, for all of them online, you get lesser money. So if you're a full-time student that's taking all online classes, you get like half of the full payment you get versus if you're like a full-time student. So it's a good benefit. But basically, they also offer a program. It's called a hybrid program. So where like basically you can live in anywhere that offers lower housing costs, right? But you can still you use your GI Bill to go to college that basically is located at a much higher BAH housing price rating. So basically, let's say if I go to like the most expensive places like New York or California, these two states offer the most money if you go to college using that GI Bill. Because why? Because the housing prices are very expensive compared to there. Compared if you live in Kansas or in the Midwestern areas, these are smaller areas. So if you go to school over there, you're gonna get lesser money due to the lesser cost of the housing, if that makes sense. But with the hybrid program, what you can do is that you have to be full-time. If you're full-time, you can take 3 of your classes, because full-time is 12 credits, right? So if you take 3 classes online, that's 9 credits. You have to take at least 1 class in person throughout the semester, and your 3 other classes could be online. So that's considered full-time. That's called a hybrid. So you can still get the full BAH as long as you show up in person. Let's say if you live in Kansas and you travel to New York or California and offer the highest BAH, if you go to school in person at least once, at least for 1 class, then you get like the full amount BAH money for that class. So for example, California, New York, basically they give you $5,000 a month for that, right? So so they give you $5,000 a month basically if you do a hybrid program, right? So I was trying to do that shit from CUNY College BMCC because it's in New York. New York offers the highest BAH. Originally, I wanted to do California. It's located in San Francisco. It's called GGU University. Most veterans use that for hybrid programs. But the reason why I got denied is because with GGU San Francisco, they only offer a certain amount of states that are authorized to go. Luckily, unfortunately, out of all the states, Kansas is one of the states that doesn't allow veterans to do a hybrid for GGU San Francisco University. I don't know why. So I was kind of bummed out. So I did some more research, and New York can let you go in. So the reason I picked specifically community college, because if you're to go to a university, it's still going to cost more money. You're not paying out of pocket, but it's going to exhaust your GI Bill a lot more quicker. The GI Bill, I forgot the amount, but it has a certain limit. Yes, they'll pay you to go to school. Yes, the education you get is for free. You have to pay nothing out of pocket, but there's still a cap to how much it could spend money on. It's a lot, but it's still a cap. So I don't want to spend out too much because I already used my GI Bill for barbering school and cosmetology school. But I didn't complete barbering or cosmetology school because I realized it's not for me and I just didn't fucking like it. And I only did both of these programs for 2 months each. So that's 4 programs. But mind you, the GI Bill paid for all of my supplies for barbering and cosmetology. So I don't have less money. I do have less money, but I can still spend a lot over the span of 3 to 2 years. But I still gotta, keep the money in check, or I'm gonna reach that cap. So that's the reason why I started from a community college, because it's cheaper, it's lesser money. And like I said, I'm not paying anything out of pocket. My GI Bill pays for most of that. So long story short, I was trying to apply for community college at BMCC CUNY College, even though I live in Kansas, for a full-time hybrid program. BMCC CUNY College is one of by far the most complicated, most irritating, most frustrating colleges that you could ever fucking apply for. Enroll, I've enrolled to many colleges when it comes to trade schools, when it comes to universities, and BMCC CUNY College. And it's a community. It's the only community college that I've had the most difficulty, frustrating fucking time I've ever fucking enrolled into, because one, it's too fucking overpopulated because it's in New York. New York has a fuck ton of people. I don't know why CUNY College has so many goddamn people, over 90,000 people attending that small community college, yet they barely have any workers. They can barely keep up with their administrations, with their academic advisors and stuff like that. So even if you turn in all of your documents, even if you have all the requirements to be accepted into that school, what happens is that their services, their admissions, their academic advisors, they're going to take a long ass time to get back to you. They're going to take a long time for them to process all the paperwork and all the transcripts that you sent to them. It will take months, and everything is online. So if you're trying to get answers or guidance on what to do next, or how to let them know, hey, you guys got to hurry up, I've already turned in my transcripts, I've already turned in my information, can you guys look at it and fucking accept me already? Just doing that alone, you have to wait over 3 fucking hours to talk to any type of academic advisor, any type of admin. It takes that fucking long because you got so many goddamn people that are also on the holding waiting list, you know? And it's not just something that's a lot. Even for simple things, you have to wait multiple hours. I've waited, it took me 3 months just to find ways to register for the class alone, just to register. It takes some months just for them to look at my transcripts and stuff like that. I can have everything right. It will take them months just to do that. I have to send them so many emails. I have to call them. I have to go to so many Zoom meetings, so many appointments they have, and nothing's being changed. I had so many arguments with them. I bumped so many heads with them and stuff like that. So many complaints, man. And like, at this point, I just kind of gave up on it because it wasted so much of my fucking time. I had to wait 3 hours just for them to get in contact with me at a fucking holding waiting list, you know? So it's just for multiple times, not just once, you know? So I'm like, man, this college is a piece of shit, man. And that's why I'm glad I don't live in New York, because if a community college like CUNY, BMCC is that difficult, imagine other colleges like universities looking for a job, looking for work in New York. Imagine how fucking complicated that would be. I'm so happy I don't live in New York. So that's one of the good sides about living in a small area and stuff like that, because things happen a lot more quicker, everything's a lot more smaller, so you can get things done a lot faster. Whereas if you live in a bigger area, they stall a lot more. They do a lot of stalling. They take too goddamn long because they got so many damn people and they got less workers working for these school systems. So it's hard for them to get through to people, man. So it's a whole shit show. This is one of the worst community colleges I've ever enrolled into. It shouldn't be that complicated. It should be fucking simple. It's just fucking school. Why y'all make this shit? This is worse than being enlisted into the military. Going into the military, any branch, applying for a job is a lot more simpler, less complicated compared to enrolling into community college at BMCC / CUNY College in New York. Community college, man. So I'm like, man, fuck this shit, man, dude. So I don't know, that shit was fucking annoying. That shit made me in a bad mood, but like, man, college is such a pain in the ass, man. First off, it's a fucking scam because they cost money. Luckily, I don't have to pay money because I'm a veteran. But if you're not a veteran, if you have not served in the military, it's a pain in the ass because you got to go through all this bullshit just to enroll in school, and then you got to pay money out of pocket, and they don't give a fuck about you. They take too long to get through to you. They take too long for them to process your paperwork and shit and your transcripts like that. And if you fail classes, you still got to pay out of pocket, and they don't give a fuck about you, man. So it's some bunch of bullshit, and it's too overpopulated. They got less employees working for these fucking school systems to help out that much goddamn people. So I'm like, goddamn, man, New York, BMCC CUNY College, y'all need to get your shit together, man, because I'm never fucking applying to you guys' school again. Fuck y'all, man. But that's all I gotta say, man. Have a good one. Peace.